A huge pivotal point in my life. A mentor of mine asked me a question. He said, Jerold, what would get you out of bed every day, but you don't need a paycheck to do it? Silence from me. I was like, well, because everything was, I ain't doing that if I ain't getting paid. And then I said, what does that mean? And he said, when you find that out, you'll understand passion. Then when you get passion, you'll have purpose. And at the intersection of passion and purpose is your greatness. And I was like, damn, that's a heavy weight just dropped on me, dude. That's like, I got to figure all that out. And I went on that quest for a while. That didn't happen overnight. That's why I have compassion for people. I'm like, slow it down, take it, it'll come, ease up. The answer doesn't happen like that. And I think I found that when I came back from 2019 into the whole eat, pray, love for dudes. I call it man tears. Went on that journey. Came back, man tears. I did a lot. Man tears. Yep. Yeah. I cried a lot. I was like, let it out, Jerry. And I came back and I was like, all right, I know what I want to do. And then like COVID came and like who I was working for, it went away. But I had the tools this time. So I went back to meditation, gratitude, surrender. That was a huge word for me, surrender. You know, you are not the spiritual casting director of your life. Surrender, let it go. And in that moment, that's how my inception of men's work came. And once I saw the joy in other people from the knowledge I was able to give them, I said, this is it. I said, you don't have to pay me for this. And I was like, I'll stay in this lane. This lane's a nice lane to be in.
And I think that's an important reminder, man. I really like that you bring that in, that not to be in a rush, not to rush through that process. That's when I first identified that I didn't know what I wanted my life to look like, and I didn't know what I was here to do. That became my mission. But the way I approached it initially, and this is back when I was around 25, 26 years old, I wanted to nail that sucker down. Talking about my purpose here. I wanted to nail that down. I wanted to etch it into concrete and then never have to worry about it again. Just clock in, clock out, rinse and repeat, and do that thing for the rest of my life. Because I just wanted to get past that uncomfortable part of the not knowing. Now I look back on that, here I am 33 going on 34, and I'm like, oh, that was such an exciting time. What a brilliant opportunity. That's an amazing period of life where you just get to be out adventuring, exploring, seeing what lights me up from the inside without any effort, right? The stuff that, like you said, you wake up and you would do without a paycheck. And I remember how much of a burden it felt like when I was that age. So when I encounter guys who are at that stage, whether you're in your mid-20s or in your late 30s, wherever you are with that question, time doesn't matter. The fact that you're in it, it's like, well, what an exciting time. Can we flip the script on that and not make it such a burden? Or even bringing back our buddy shame into that, like, oh, I'm such a piece of shit. I don't know what I'm here to do. I don't know what my purpose is. Like, come on.
Yeah, like you're supposed to know.
Yeah, like you're supposed to know, man. Yeah, like at least be engaged with that process and have fun with it. Engage with it, but don't make it out to be some heavy burden that you have to figure out and nail down right now, because I don't think you ever really do.
Yeah, men are one directional. We want to go A to B. How fast can we get to B? Then we get to B and we're like, cool, now we'll go to C, right? We don't like detours, and we want to be the millionaire tomorrow. It's like, I want to be the next millionaire tomorrow. And I'm like, dude, that's a decade. Every rich person, you ever read any of their books, they always tell you, all of them say, dude, I did this for a decade. Decade, the 10,000 hour rule, right? But in the self-development game, you're right. You know, we want to be, I'm healed. I'm out in the world. And I was speaking to, I was in a conference where I was listening to speaker Christopher Lee. And he said something that was powerful. He said, when we think we've arrived, that's when we know to do more work. And I was like, oh, that's a good one. Because sometimes I'll get like that. I'm like, oh, I've read the 100 books and traveled the world and did the deep work and now I'm leading men. And then I said, whoa, Jerry, slow down, homeboy. You just scratched the surface. You're always a white belt. Black belt mentality, but live life as a white belt. Always learning, always humble, always looking to learn more. So when I remind myself, I say, slow down, it's cool, man. You know, you'll learn something new every day. And for guys that are just getting started, just enjoy it. Enjoy the process. You'll look back 10 years and say, oh my God, I did that. Yeah. 2021, that's what I was doing. Oh Lord, that's what Facebook is good for.
Yeah, Facebook.
See those things when they show you what you did or your posts from like 10 years ago. I'm like, I said that shit. Oh my God, I hope no one ever sees that again.
Oh yeah, man, that's so good. So what such a great reminder. There's one more piece I want to touch in on as we're starting to get close to time. We both come from the East Coast. There's like it's almost like a superpower, right? It's a heavy thing to carry, but if you know how to carry East Coast energy, that's right. It's a superpower, especially in the West Coast, where some people just don't like to work hard. Now, you mentioned that thing that ET said, right? Everyone wants to be a beast until they got to do what beasts do. Now, it got me thinking, because I have nature as a reference point in a lot of areas of my life. So I study nature. I watch a lot of these nature documentaries. When they talk about beasts, I mean, the first animal, what's the first animal you think of when you think of beast?
I mean, because he says lion tattoo. I thought of the lion.
All right, yeah, lion. That's it for me too, right? King of the jungle. So
that's right.
So you think of the lion, right? And when you actually watch what lions do, 90% of the time they're just laying on their ass. Like they're just chilling. They're chilling. And so I think it's a little bit of a misnomer. I think I understand where it comes from, because there's also the fierceness and the power of a lion. They're not fierce all the time. It's like the young version of us that once we realize we've got a sharp sword, we want to swing it around everywhere and show everyone we got it. That ain't a lion. That's not a beast. A beast is calculated. A beast knows what they exercise what they need when they need, because they also are resourceful. Because to survive out there, you got to know how to utilize your power. And so I think it's because I understand like motivating yourself, waking up, hustling, grinding, but I think that we also are doing a disservice to men if we let that become the dominant the dominant voice again.
First off, I'm impressed that you literally, that's exactly what I say. I say when you watch Nat Geo, the lion's straight chilling all the time. He does nothing. He's like, honey, go get the food. Right? Lays down. Cubs are around, smacks him over, get out of here. But when the other lion tries to take over, he's like, activate, let's go. I'm gonna own my shit right now. So that is awesome that you said that. And there's always like nuggets we learn, right? So you know David Goggins, right? Total, like, can you get any tougher than David Goggins, right? Yeah. And so many guys will say to me, I want to be like Goggins, right? And I'm like, interesting. I say, did you read his book? Yeah, it can't hurt me. I loved it. I said, what does he say at the end of the book? I don't know. I said, if you read what that man wrote at the end of the book, he said, all those years I punished myself when all I had to do was love myself. I could have saved myself all that punishment. And I'm like, bro, the toughest guy in the world just gave you the nugget, man. All you had to do was say, David, you're enough. I love you. You didn't have to run on broken ankles. I ain't doing that. So I don't care. I'm just going to love myself.